How we can harness the heat energy to power the world by me, Jalen Gray. Intro. Energy is the main supplement towards the growth of human civilization. Heat energy is one of the primary forms of energy that is obtained from the sun, also known as solar energy. There are two primary forms of energy in solar power: heat and sunlight. The harnessing of heat energy has enormous potential benefits, and predictions show the efficiency of the prevalent heat energy harnessing technologies have room for significant improvements. Heat and sunlight enter in the environment in various ways. You have sensible heat transport and latent heat transport. Sensible heat is the energy required to change the temperature of a substance with no phase change. The temperature change can come from the absorption of sunlight by the soil or the air itself. And latent is absorbed basically from a gas to a liquid or a solid to a gas to a liquid or solid or vice versa. It's interchangeable. There are various active solar heating and thermal power generating techniques out there that are cost effective, commercially available depending on the prevailing energy needs as well as the local climate. And using solar systems to harness the energy has minimum impact on the environment. It's preferred because it provides no emissions like carbon dioxide, toxic gas, radioactive residue, like most of the prevalent sources of heat energy that we're using now. And the energy source is free, it's unlimited. The only cost would be installation and maintenance of the solar plants. The use of the sun as the primary heat energy source is inhibited by two factors, though. Um, it's more costly in comparison to burning fossil fuels, which is why we burn fossil fuels. And the sun can only be attained during the daytime. Um, yeah. This is a type of solar panel, like a solar panel that basically produces energy to produce power lines, heat homes, all that kind of stuff. Um, it's a concentrator solar thermal technology. This type of technology harnesses systems using lenses to focus solar power into tiny, high performance photovoltaic cells. The cell power then produces steam that is used to drive turbines, which produces the energy needed to power lines. The main advantage of this type of technology is it's easier. This technology makes it easier to store the electric energy. Um, and this system offers the potential to significantly increase the plant's capacity to match a big city's demands or a small community or farm, anything of that sort. Applications of harness heat energy. Harness heat energy can power the world in various ways. The most common is domestic water heating, but heat energy can also be harnessed for space heating, cooking, controlled crop drying, and to minimize post-harvest losses. Um, this is a domestic water heater. Um, it uses thermal energy harnessed from the solar. Solar comes down and holds energy here. Um, it uses thermal energy harnessed from the solar panel and transfers the heat energy to water flowing through the pipes. The active and passive systems form the major basic solar water heating system. The active system is either an open loop, where the heat energy is applied directly into the solar collector, or a closed loop, where the glycol mixture absorbs the heat energy and transfers it to the water using a heat exchanger. The passive system majorly relies on the natural heat source to transfer heated water. Heat comes in, goes into the tank. Tank basically holds the energy and helps power the hot water heater and um, the house. Same thing. Um, Solar heat collector. This is a domestic space heater. Heats the house. Um, excuse me. The solar heat collector directs the collected heat energy into a thermal mass that can be stored for future use. Same thing. The mass can be a floor, a wall, a drum that can absorb and store the heat energy. And most domestic space heating systems have distribution and control devices to enable when you want the heat and when you don't want the heat. Application of harnessed heat energy is a solar cooker. The basic design is it's a box with glass and it's lined in the inside with insulation, and it has a reflective surface on top to absorb the heat directly into the box with the pot inside. The pot normally would be black to help absorb more of that heat. And this method of cooking is really easy. It kind of takes a longer time than a conventional cooking stove, but it helps out with fuel costs and emissions, and it's really it's better for the world. This is a controlled crop dryer. The airflow goes up the dryer to black surface, and it's just basically drawing. This is the drawing box. The grains and whatever you're trying to draw will be inside, and it'll basically dry it for you without using a machine or anything. It's necessary for products such as coffee, grains, fruits, vegetables, fish to enhance their quality. Um, it use the use of heat in a compartment together with passing air to remove moisture. Basically the same thing I said. And these are my references.